Spanning thousands of miles across mountains, deserts, and vast plains, the Silk Road was more than just a series of trade routes. It was a bridge between civilizations, a crossroad of commerce, culture, and communication that linked the distant corners of Asia with Europe and North Africa. From around 130 BCE, when Han Dynasty envoys first ventured westward, to the time when sea routes began to dominate in the 14th century, the Silk Road was the backbone of ancient globalization. This journey will take us through the rise, flourishing, and eventual decline of this great superhighway of the ancient world. As caravans embarked from the eastern terminus of Chang'an, the capital of ancient China, they passed through cities that thrived as centers of trade and melting pots of cultures. Samarkand, in modern-day Uzbekistan, stood as a vibrant oasis where Persian princes and Chinese merchants exchanged goods and ideas. Baghdad, a beacon of Islamic scholarship, offered a market for both material and intellectual treasures. Constantinople, bridging Asia and Europe, dazzled visitors with its wealth and complexity. These cities were not merely stops along a route, but vibrant hubs where the Silk Road's heart truly beat. The Silk Road carried more than silk, though the fine threads were among its most coveted commodities, guarded as a secret by the Chinese for centuries. Gold and silver flowed from Europe, delicate glassware from Egypt, spices and precious stones from India, and furs and amber from the north. This chapter explores how these goods were more than merchandise. They were carriers of innovation. For instance, paper, acquired from China, revolutionized communication in the West, while Chinese porcelain set the standards for beauty and craftsmanship in ceramics globally. Imagine Buddhist monks traveling from India to China, their sacred texts and icons sparking spiritual awakenings along the way. Consider the impact of Persian Zoroastrianism spreading eastward, its fire temples attracting curious onlookers in towns along the Silk Road. This chapter delves into the Silk Road as a conduit for religion, art, and philosophy, transforming every society it touched. The exchange was so profound that it can still be seen in the religious practices, artistic styles, and philosophical outlooks of regions along the old Silk Road today. Under the safety of the Mongol Empire's vast expanse in the 13th century, the Silk Road experienced a golden age. The Mongols' promotion of trade, coupled with their guarantee of safe passage for traders, scholars, and travelers, led to an unprecedented flow of knowledge, wealth, and culture. This era saw the likes of Marco Polo venture from Venice to the Mongol court of Kublai Khan, bringing back stories that would fuel European imaginations and ambitions for centuries. The decline of the Silk Road was gradual. The rise of powerful maritime empires in Europe, the discovery of sea routes to Asia, and the fall of the Mongol Empire shifted the axis of trade and power. Yet the legacy of the Silk Road endures. It laid the groundwork for the interconnected world we live in today. Modern highways and railways that traverse these ancient lands continue to serve as vital arteries of trade and cultural exchange. The spirit of the Silk Road, its capacity to connect disparate peoples, lives on, echoing through our globalized world. As we stand in the full light of modern day, the Silk Road offers us a timeless reminder of our shared humanity and the power of connection. It teaches us that our greatest advancements come not from isolation, but from our willingness to learn from each other, to exchange ideas and to build on the foundations laid by those who traveled before us. The Silk Road, a path woven through the tapestry of human history, invites us to continue exploring, discovering, and connecting.